If you're a business owner using Google Ads but you're not getting the phone calls as you expected, then this video is for you. I'll explain common reasons why Google Ads can fail for service businesses and how to identify what could be actually going wrong in your account. So let's get started. So guys, if you're running Google Ads and your performance has dropped lately when it comes to generating phone calls or generating form submissions with Google Ads, then in this video, we're going to talk about what could be the problem, or after going through which areas, then you might consider your Google Ads is failing to generate phone calls. So let's go through those options, and after going through them, you may find certain areas where you can make improvements. So this is one of our example account, and in the last 30 days, we've generated 397 phone calls, as you can see, and around 245 conversions. Why it is 245.98? Because of data-driven attribution model, and sometimes you might not see a whole number, and you might see these kind of numbers. But the point here is we're trying to track phone call related conversions here. And the number of conversions can be less than the number of phone calls because these phone calls can include repeat phone calls, and we need to include them as unique conversions. And sometimes these phone calls might include missed phone calls or phone calls less than, let's say, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. And our goal should not be to include them here. And as you can see, the cost per conversion, $22.78, taken by calculating this conversion number. And these are the main metrics I usually look at. So let's start. The first thing I would suggest you is, before saying your campaigns are not working or your Google Ads is not working, make sure that you're getting Google search traffic rather than mixed traffic or the traffics from other networks. Make sure that you're getting high intent Google search traffic, and after that you can go through other areas. So there can be several ways to identify that, and one of the ways would be, we're going to go to the campaign section. So we're in the campaign section, and let's say you need to filter their network so that you're gonna see in which networks you're running your ads. So we're gonna go to the segment section, and from here we're gonna find network and make sure that you're getting clicks from Google search. At least that's how you can improve the quality of the traffic. So that's one way. So before starting to run ads in other networks, make sure that your Google search network is working really, really well, and then you can start using other networks such as cross network, which certain types of campaigns or ads can use. But for now, you should start running your ads with Google search and make sure that you're running ads in this network. A quick reminder, if you want to copy my exact Google Ads campaign structure for local service businesses to generate phone calls, I'm giving it away for free. You can use it as a blueprint or copy it into your own account. The link is in the description below. And the next thing you should review before saying your Google Ads is not working is that you should be getting enough clicks per day. So let's say you should be getting at least 5 to 10 clicks. And after that, you can expect some number of phone calls if you can get that many higher quality clicks per day. So here with our campaign, as you can see, we're getting 17, 12, 11. So on average, more than 10 clicks per day. And some of those clicks can turn into phone calls or form submissions. So make sure that you're getting enough number of clicks per day. And later we're going to talk about the quality of those clicks. But at least before judging your campaigns are working or not, make sure that you're getting enough clicks per day consistently. And the next thing is related to the previous example, which is, let's say you're getting clicks, but your cost per click might be too high or too low, but you should be spending your daily budget. So sometimes certain campaigns may not even spend their daily budget. Maybe they have too much restrictions. Maybe they have limited by target status, or maybe they have a search volume problem. But let's say if you have $50 daily budget, $100 daily budget, $400 daily budget, you should be spending your daily budget without any restrictions, without any problem. And if you are spending your daily budget consistently, let's say for a certain number of days, and after that, if you're not generating phone calls or form submissions, then you can start thinking about your Google Ads is not working, because before telling that, you should have some number of clicks and you should be spending some amount of money before telling Google Ads is working or not. So that means you should be running Google Ads for a certain number of days, and I would recommend creating a really targeted campaign and run it like 2 to 3 weeks. And in that time period, if the cost per phone call is really, really high or in the unprofitable range, then after that 2 to 3 week period, you can then reconsider your campaign strategies and start finding ways of improvement for your campaigns. So regardless of your bid strategies or the types of your campaign you're running, I would suggest you create a really targeted, high quality campaign and run it like 2 to 3 weeks at least, if not more. Let's say if that would be 4 to 6 weeks, that would be even better to generate some data, to generate some phone calls, conversions. And after that, you can focus on the areas where you can generate cheaper phone calls and remove the areas where it could be costing you more. Then with that way, you can start efficiently spending more on Google Ads. So that will be at least 2 to 3 weeks minimum. But of course, that should be a really targeted campaign. If it's just a generic campaign and your business doesn't have a long sales cycle, for example, if somebody needs your service, they might call your business immediately. And for those types of businesses, your campaigns should be giving early signs of campaign performance within 1 week. Otherwise, if it's a really targeted campaign, high quality, good quality campaign, then I would say for those types of campaigns, waiting at least 2 to 3 weeks would be a good amount of time, at least to generate some data and start making improvements to their performance. Otherwise, for the very generic and broad, low quality campaigns, the early signs can be visible within 1 week. So the next thing on our list, if you have low search volume and your target keywords have low search volume, you should increase that, because otherwise it is hard for you to find different variation of your keywords, which can cost you less, and overall that can increase your cost per phone call. So let's see that example. So we're going to go to tools, and the planning, we're going to go to keyword planner, and we're going to click on discover new keywords. So from here, you can target any service industry. Here, as an example, I'm going to choose plumbing industry. So I'm going to choose the keyword of plumbers. One keyword would be enough, and it can give us more keyword ideas. So as you can see, we have 763 keyword ideas available, and we're targeting the location of United States. So to be more specific, I'm going to target a smaller location. Let's say, as an example, we're going to choose the location of Tampa. As you can see, their average search volume. So here, let's say our specific target keywords are emergency plumber near me, and their average search volume is not that big. And if you can target even more specific keywords, so I try to search the keywords with the word emergency, and as you can see, there are certain keywords that are more specific than just emergency plumbing. So they're looking, for example, 24-hour emergency plumbing, which is even more specific. And as you can see, the search volume is like 10. And another one, emergency water heater repair, again 10. And if you're targeting these kind of keywords, you might have a hard time of finding cheaper cost per click keywords with that way. And instead, better solution would be to target the keywords with higher search volume, but at the same time, they should be very relevant to your industry and to your services. And with that way, you can increase your chance of finding more cheaper cost per click keywords. And with that way, you can get more clicks for the same budget. If you switch from these very specific keywords to those kind of keywords which can bring you more relevant traffic for the same budget, but again, you should be really, really careful and make sure that they're bringing relevant traffic. Otherwise, you should be adding a lot of negative keywords so that it won't bring you irrelevant traffic, or people shouldn't see your ads when they're looking for your competitors. And that's why make sure that you should be regularly adding negative keywords. If you are targeting very broad keywords with high search volume, that can happen. That's why with that strategy, you should regularly optimize your campaigns and make sure that they're bringing more relevant traffic. And overall, you should stay profitable by running those kind of higher intent, higher search volume keywords. And the next area or the next problem you might be facing is you are getting traffic without a problem, but they're not turning into phone calls. So that means you might have traffic quality issue. So let's say, again, it can work in any industry. Let's say if you're an electrician or a locksmith company or a towing company, it doesn't matter. So let's imagine you were targeting the keyword of plumbers, which is very broad and very high search volume compared to the other keywords, as you can see from here. Rather than targeting those kind of broad keywords, you can target more specific and higher intent keywords. There is a very high chance that they can bring higher quality traffic with that way, which means it can turn into high quality phone calls or form submission. And with this kind of more specific, higher intent keywords, you can increase your chance of getting higher quality traffic. But of course, you should be regularly optimizing your campaigns, because even if you target these kind of higher quality, higher intent keywords, Google Ads can also send you some irrelevant, lower quality competitor terms or irrelevant service names that your business might not offer. And that's why make sure that you're regularly optimizing your campaigns but still these kind of higher intent keywords can help you change the quality of the traffic from broader intent to more higher quality, which is more buyer intent traffic. So that's why you can work on improving the quality of your traffic and optimize your campaigns with this way as well. And the next thing on our list, make sure that your phone call conversion tracking is working. So if you're gonna go to the conversion section, for example, you might have form submission section, which you should be tracking form submissions coming from Google Ads, and you should have phone call tracking section. With this account, our main goal is to generate as many phone calls as possible from Google Ads. As you can see from here, these are used to track phone calls coming from our campaigns. And from here or in other categories, you can also add other types of conversion actions. But make sure that if your goal is to generate phone calls from Google Ads, you should track phone calls coming from the ads. And also you should set up conversion actions for website as well. So if somebody is using mobile version of your website and they click on a call button, and you should track phone call button click as well. And you can use that for optimizations later to optimize your keywords, ad groups, or campaigns. And tracking conversions is really, really important. Otherwise, you may not be able to optimize your campaigns and you might keep spending more money on the areas where it is not working. And by properly tracking conversions, you can send the money to the areas where it is efficiently spending your money and generating consistent number of phone calls. And the last thing in our list, maybe you don't have call focused landing page, which is also a really important factor because you might be sending really high quality traffic with buyer intent and people might not get convinced after going through your Google Ads landing pages, which means you need to work on your landing page as well. As an example, if you're gonna see it as our landing page, let's say this is our landing page and you can see it for different devices, and we're seeing it for iPhone 12 Pro, but you can choose any devices. But make sure that the mobile version of the landing page is responsive and you can have clear relevant headline to your target keywords or your ad copies. And you can also add some trust factors or call to actions. And with my own clients, I usually build their landing pages using my own templates because landing page, as I told, is really important factor, turning the relevant traffic and to improve your conversion rate with the traffic you might get. So guys, these are some of the ways. If your Google Ads campaigns are not working, you can apply some of these strategies to improve the quality of your campaigns and to generate more phone calls. Again, if you guys want to copy my campaign structure, and using that I've generated thousands of phone calls with Google Ads. You can get that by clicking the link in the description below. Otherwise, if you guys want my help to manage your Google Ads campaigns and generate phone calls for your business, you can apply to work with me. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video and see you guys in my other videos.